Hello friends, fun headband today. We are going to do a Shop My Stash video. Sometimes I just know when it's time. I just trust my intuition and I know it is time for a Shop My Stash. When the thought pops in, I go with it. It feels like it's been a while and it just feels like there's been a lot of new makeup lately, and sometimes I get new makeup overload. Go back to the old stuff. So I've gone through, I've pulled from the depths of my drawers to find things that I have not used in a while. And we're just gonna put it together for a full face and see how she turns out. First thing is this NYX Plump Right Back Primer. I feel like I've pulled this into other Shop My Stash videos. Like maybe the way I just have it stored, it's always toward the back, but this is the Electrolytes Primer. And I think I could use that today because it's spring break week and I feel I have been very active, just running around outside a lot. And then last night we still had cheer practice. Number of kids were gone, but we still practiced and I still feel tired. So yeah, that primer just solved everything. Now it feels like going on at first you think, is this gonna be one of those really sticky primers? And it has a bit of tackiness to it, but not near as much as like an e.l.f. Power Grip. It feels a little bit like the Hard Candy gripping primer. But this is one of those things from NYX. I gotta look up the price. I know the price on this is one of those like, am I really gonna pay that at the drugstore? $16.97 at Walmart. Probably a few bucks more at Ulta. I would still totally go for the Hard Candy over this. I'm talking about this one. The one that says Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer 12-Hour Makeup Grip. Not too sticky, does make a difference in the staying power of your makeup, and also adds a little hydration to the skin. Now I have been craving this one. This is my Huda Stick Foundation. It's called the Faux Filter Skin Finish Buildable Coverage Foundation Stick. Wow, that font is really small and I'm impressed that I read that. My shade is Shortbread and I really love this foundation stick. Like, it's very good coverage. It's different from the Fenty. I just used my Fenty one recently and this is more full coverage. This is more like feeling like a traditional cream going across the skin, but it is blendable, and the Fenty is like really, really thin and lightweight. But I also have the special brush that goes with this from Huda, so you can like use that bigger side, and it's really like a full brush and it keeps you from over blending the product, so it keeps your coverage nice and full. So you can use that larger side. What's in my nose? You can use that larger side and then you can go to this like triangle side and get around some smaller places if you wish. I've always enjoyed this combo. I almost always use this brush with this foundation. And I just realized as I was Googling this, because I was checking to see if the foundation is still available, this foundation stick, and it first comes up in the search results that it's on Huda Beauty's website and also Kohl's. And then it says pick up today. And now I'm thinking, does my Kohl's have Sephora and I don't know it? Or does it think I'm somewhere else? You know how sometimes it has a totally different like zip code? It thinks I'm somewhere in Chicago. It says free store pickup available. I really need to investigate my Kohl's store because I haven't been there in a while and things could have changed drastically. Because I remember the last time I was there, there was a girl working who watched my videos and she did tell me they were getting more makeup there. She said they were going through like a total overhaul. There that is all blended in and my coverage is really, really good. I feel like it's a strong medium coverage, but this can be built or applied a little more fully and also achieve full if that's what you want. Foundation sticks are very customizable, generally speaking. And then you guys, this was one that felt like maybe for the masses, this is not feeling like a Shop My Stash, underused product, under talked about. But for me, I feel like I got this, I used it, and I barely used it again. And it's the Tarte Shape Tape Radiant. Just have not been using it. I have it in 208 Light. Let's just go for it. Let's just see what she does because it's been a while. So this is like the lighter, more natural take on Shape Tape. So we just dab that around on all the usual suspects. And we will take the e.l.f. Duo brush and move it around a bit. Sometimes it's been so long since you've used a product, I don't even know how to describe what I think this is gonna do for me. Like, it's been that long. That's why a Shop My Stash is needed. So moving it around, it does seem light in consistency, most definitely lighter than the usual Shape Tape. And then they still make the Shape Tape extra creamy, which I think aims to be just as full coverage as regular Shape Tape, but just a creamier, more hydrating formula. And then this is known to be lighter than Shape Tape in coverage and consistency. Now that it's all been spread out, I take my fuller end. Okay, I'm kind of pressing it in now, trying to maintain coverage. I feel like it covered nicely. I gotta blend it around here a little more. I'm seeing product a bit more than I want right in here. Honestly, the shade is really perfect on that. I feel like I'm not dulled down, but it definitely like went back into my skin tone really nicely. So what do you guys think about this whole Kate Middleton thing? I'm not like the biggest royals fanatic, but I do feel like some stuff is definitely being kept under wraps here, and I'm concerned for Kate. And one of the bigger things that tipped me off, because I've been watching different people's like commentary on this stuff, and something that tipped me off is she apparently like went into the hospital for some kind of abdominal surgery, they said. But then like, why was no one visiting? Why was no one seen going to her? I just feel like it was a totally different situation. I don't know. My channel is not here to stir the rumor mill, but I'm just really wondering what's going on. My powder I pulled out. This is another thing where I feel like a lot of people use this stuff a lot. I don't use this very much. It's the Givenchy Prisme Libre powder here, which I have in the fully pastel setup. Hi, kitten. Kitten just poked her head in and immediately left. Okay, so I've shaken out some of the stuff. Whoa, don't dump out. And I'm kind of mixing what's on top. I've never done this before, but I'm literally just mixing those pastels together. And the thought is that you get kind of a brightening look. I don't know. I've just never been huge on this. I don't like the thought of blue powder, and I've definitely got some blue powder going in here. This is one of those, why did I get this? I don't really like this, but I'm keeping it on hand because I did buy it. I did spend the money, and I'm not just gonna chuck it. We set T-zone and under eye. We'll dust away the excess and note that it's no better than Maybelline Fit Me. Okay, it didn't darken me. Those loose pastels are just a little off-putting. Just my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I should just deal with it. Maybe I should use it more. Looking up close, my under eye does not look overly dry. I really can't criticize the end result. It's just one of those things. I never really feel compelled to reach for this one. Now for bronzer, in the spirit of rediscovered Huda, this was probably my first cream bronzer that I felt really, really strongly about. It's her Tantour. Remember this stuff, guys? I have it in the shade Light. It's her contour and bronzer cream. She has her little stopper, very smartly, a stopper in there, and it looks like this, and I've had this for a while. I'm not scared, but it still blends in just flawlessly. And I feel like this was out, and I thought this was good way before the cream contouring craze took off. It does blend so, so easily. Just a dab in. You could also swipe it on with a finger and blend it out. Maybe I'll do that on my cheeks so you can see like the amount that is being easily blended here. So it feels smooth, feels like, you know, this could be a lot. But I promise you it's really ultra easy to blend in. It doesn't go cream to powder, but it's just somehow a really soft cream that's easy to work with. So I want you to see me blend out the actual amount there that I put on. They really have their formula down with this stuff. Huda Tantour. So can I give it up for my mom? What she did, she showed up at my door the other day with a full pan of her delicious baked mac and cheese, the most loved mac and cheese by all the children, a full pan of her 7-layer salad, which she knows Bub and I absolutely love, bags of the kids' favorite snacks, and just says, "Happy spring break." And it was like she and Dad were just the spring break fairies just coming to the door bringing the stuff, and we're like, yay! And it was so good. And then I told Bub, like, he didn't even realize this had happened, and I had been at Sheer, came back, and I'm like, "Do you realize there's an entire container of Mom's 7-layer salad in the fridge?" And he's like, "What?" And he immediately like gets himself out the biggest section of it. If you've never had 7-layer salad, like there's a lot to it. And he was excited because it's basically keto. Oh, by the way, I did ask Mom and Dad what their favorite seasons were, since everyone in my family's favorite season seems to be spring except me, and they're with me on fall being #1, actually, Mom and Dad. Huda Tantour, only at hudabeauty.com. Okay, it is at Sephora, but only in Fair to Light. I wear the shade light. Maybe they're gonna try to like re-promote it or do something different, but I hope whatever they do that the formula does not change much, because they've got a really good thing going, and it was the original like best contour, cream contour. For blush, I went for this one from Juvia's place. It's my Saharan Volume 2, I believe. Yes, and this is what it looks like. It's got some fun, kind of bold colors in here. We have a couple of shimmers. Oh, I might not have needed to grab a highlight. That may be like a highlight for me. Bold colors here, and then your blushes here. This one kind of looks bronzer-ish, but it's very, very warm, almost a little orangey, probably more of a blush. What I plan to do is take one of the bold colors, layer this shimmer on top, and use that as the highlight. I'm gonna go over here to Tau, this matte orangey shade. You'll see when we get to the eyeshadow palette why I made that decision. Juvia's, man. If you watched my vlog, my morning in the makeup room vlog, I showed all the palettes that I pulled out in my palette curation station. There are at least like three or four from Juvia's in there. I've really been liking the coffee shop palette. Lots of browns, kind of a fall winter vibe, but I still really like it. Okay, look at that pretty, woo, full color. I'm gonna go for just a little bit more. It really is a very orangey peach, you know? All right, now I wanna see Sola go over that. So this is pinky. It has, like, I don't think I've ever seen a blush color like that. It's pinky, almost berry, with a golden shift, and nothing's out of control with the sparkle of this shade. It's like very softly shimmery. I'm just gonna add a little bit of that right in here. I'm gonna dust off my brush so I don't over apply, but then just blend. It's looking like a lot right now, but we don't have the whole face done. Just keep that in mind. Trust the process. You can expect me to pull out a fun blush palette and not use at least half of it. All right, now let's try this shade that appears to be like a highlight. So glad I grabbed this out. Zoba. I'm just making sure I'm in focus here. Oh yeah, that's goldeny. That really is gonna fit our theme here. Super pretty, really nice level of shimmer in that. You can look up close at your skin and you don't feel like you've been overtaken. Let's get a little bit up here as well. If you're following me on this and you use something similar and you feel like it's too much, take a little Kosas Cloud Set over the top. I don't feel like it's too much yet. Something for brows. I'm gonna pull out my Sephora retractable brow pencil, waterproof. It's a really skinny pencil, which I have in the shade medium brown. And it's good. You know, it's right up there with any of the other skinny pencils that I said I've liked. It really has been nice weather this week here. We've had some days where, like, yeah, you're gonna go outside in the morning and need a jacket, but by afternoon it's like shorts and frolicking in the grass and just having fun. I'm seeing cardinals playing in the sandbox. Of course, Bubba's got all his lawn equipment out. He's starting to hear and see mowers actually doing their thing. Honestly, if spring could just not have severe weather, like, I really could support the season. I do like spring. I like it. It's just not my favorite. Brows are filled, I think. That was pretty fast. It is a nice texture on this pencil. It's not too firm, not too soft. I remember a time when I tried a bunch of Sephora collection stuff, or it was like marked down on Sephora, and I went for it. It's really good. Then we gotta put some gel on that. I'll use this diamond mascara. I never really reached for this. I'm so comfortable with NYX Control Freak. And kind of the new Benefit one as well, the tinted brow wax up. Yeah, this is, oh, I have a ton of goop in there now. I thought I was being careful. We can take a lot of blush, but we don't want a lot of brow goop. And then the brow can start looking way more like piecey than you want it to. I don't know. Gentle, I said, gentle. One thing I like to do during spring break is figure out the easiest dinner I can summon for the children and let them go eat it on the picnic table outside. We've got a little kid-sized picnic table right outside the window, and they love it. And I've also got this great big umbrella on a stand in case it's too sunny, and it's just a perfect little place. I may have purchased a couple of those Lunchables that come with the drink and just said, here. But now I've got an entire thing of Nana's delicious mac and cheese and her salad. So I've just put on my Milani eyeshadow primer and the palette I pulled out for this video. This was at one time my most loved eyeshadow palette. I have not used this in a while. It's from Sigma and it's the Cor de Rosa palette. This It's so beautiful. Look. Oh, those shades. Absolutely. I'm going to use that today, and that's why I went kind of orangey on the cheeks. However, we could have gone pinky because there's a definite pink direction in here too. But I always think of this as a really warm, just beautiful palette. It's been very, very loved. I'm going to start off in the actual shade labeled Corta Rosa. These are soft pigmented eyeshadows. Like, you will enjoy the texture. There's nothing wrong with the texture. I just, you know, haven't picked up my Sigma palettes in a bit. It happens. Really smooth and creamy. It's a very enjoyable palette if you like warm mattes and you like seeing them kind of blend together. So right now this is only that Corta Rosa shade. It seems even more like peachy on the eyes than it looks in the pan. Okay, might take just a fluffy blending brush because I really want to get a good blend out here. It's bare right now. And then go to Veranda right up here, this creamy color, and just take that over the edge. Nice and soft. Soft and easy. Good looking eyeshadow without a care in the world. It just comes together. Then I'm going to take a little bit of Shakespeare right here, this berry. Let's pick some of her up. And this shade is really good about looking true to color. Looking on the eye, how it looks in the palette. Sometimes colors like that will look way more pinky on the eyes than they should. So, good job, Sigma. We like to pull it up. We like to have a lifted look. Hi, Biscuits. Oh, hello, sweetie. She's rolling around. We like to pull in our small pointed brush. Nothing has been added. We're just kind of working it in the crease. Let's take some of this one called Summer Song right here. This is another matte. And I'm putting it on my small pointed. Ooh, that's creating a really pretty fade. Oh, wow. See why I love this? That's so pretty. Hi, Angel. Look at this. Oh, so fun. Then I may go back to the blending brush and just make sure that edge is nice and diffused. Okay, now I don't want to lose the pink either, the berry that's there, so maybe I take a little bit of that. And I'm kind of going down toward the lid with it too. See, I'm just reinforcing a little bit of that right here. Just don't want to lose you. A+. Then we have Damask right here, not Marcus Damask, but it's D-A-M-A-S-K. Illini fans, he started at SIU first. Kind of a sad state of affairs with SIU basketball currently because head coach Brian Mullins has been let go, and I'm a little fearful for the program going forward. I don't know. I thought Coach Mullins was doing an awesome job. Anyway, we're putting that pink in here. And then do we ever add shimmer? Belle of the ball right here. And let a little bit of that, like that's gonna be our little bit of sparkle coming in right from the inner corner. I don't know if I like that or not. Keep it more on the lid. I don't really want to see that encircling. Right here. There's really just so much good matte in this palette. You'll want to almost stay with it. There's a gold shimmer, there's like coppery shimmer and stuff, but the mattes are just exquisite. I'm going to take basically a bare brush and try to sort of dust away. I don't love seeing that shade come fully around the tear duct, so kind of whoosh that away. Then I want to see maybe some of Summer Song again. And it's great because if you just wanted to do like an orangey look, you have multiple shades to like get that gradient going, because you also have this one over here that's really like true peach. You've got this soft kind of yellowish peach up here. Yeah, I'm liking Summer Song down there. Just all on the lower lash line. Not looking as boldly terracotta because it's just a small surface area that we're covering, but definitely coming to this outer corner and then taking it on down. And you know what's also tough about coaching changes? Like, he's got a whole staff of assistants. Odds are a new coach would come in wanting his own certain staff of assistant coaches, and it's like, what do they do? Is Coach Mullins going to hop right into some other head coaching job where he can take everybody along, or is it just, hey, good luck finding something new, everyone? Like, I don't know. What I do know is this eyeshadow look is making me very happy. I haven't used this one in a while. My brown Too Faced liner pen. I feel like that would suit this look really well, so we're gonna do that. Liquid liner pen. Haven't done a lot of liquid liner, period. Haven't done a lot of lashes lately, but I'm not sure I'm gonna do that today. I think I'm still just a little bit scared given some of the eyelid issues I've had, eczema-wise. I don't wanna make anything worse. I just wanna stick with what's working for now. So I'm not gonna be quick to use the lashes. Yeah, I really like this dark brown eyeliner. And I'm not doing anything funny with it today. Yesterday I winged it out. Wasn't shooting a video, but I did wing liner. Today I'm just gonna do normal liner. At the start of practice, like before we get to stretching, all the kids like run over to the trampoline area and they start bouncing, which is actually a really good warm up, you know, for their body before they start stretching. They get the blood flowing, they get warm. And the way we handle this is I show up at practice, I've got all 3 kids. I've got Bubba in there and he always wants to take those few minutes before practice starts to bounce as well. And then Bub will show up and pick him up so I can actually coach. He's usually there right at the start of practice. And that's how we make that work. But the girls were like, Miss Emily, you should bounce on the trampoline. And I did, and it was so much fun. I could have stayed bouncing for an hour. There's also a foam pit. I didn't get involved in the foam pit though. Because I remember way back when I was taking Belle to a like mommy and me type of class there. Or really, I think it's parent and taught, because let's not leave out the daddies. But I was pregnant with Biddy at the time, and I got into the foam pit and I like could hardly get myself up out of it. So even though I'm definitely not pregnant now, I think I still have fears of getting stuck in that foam pit and not being able to get out. I did eventually get myself out, but it was dicey there for a while. I remember somebody saying like, do you need help? So, okay, I'm pulling out this one. This is my L'Oreal Voluminous Superstar Red Carpet Black mascara. Not from like the old days when this first came out. I've repurchased it fairly recently. I just want to use a lash primer and try to make them big. So here's our lash primer going on in white. Uh-oh, somebody's up. I think we know who it is. Hello, you. Aww. Love you. Having trouble getting back to sleep? Well, if you want to read, you can read. Would you like to read?
Yes.
Okay. There she goes. What was that? Right before she walked out the door, she went.
That was a happy.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like mischief. And then we go on with the top coat. That white dries pretty fast. I love doing makeup. I don't know what I would do. Like, I so enjoy these mornings. Doing makeup, doing a video, or even if I'm not doing a video, just doing the makeup. Like, it makes me so happy. Trying different things, just having this quiet time. I don't even hear birds chirping yet, you know? Like, really getting a jump on the day, getting up early. Obviously, Biddy's up, but you know, trying to get all that white primer covered up. It seems like that white primer locks in my curl better. I think I commented on this before, but I think it performs a little bit better than just the regular voluminous primer. Voluminous, I've always wanted to love that stuff, but it just is not great about holding curl. If you got some of those naturally like boing lashes, go for it, but I just can't make that go on me. But this stuff, this is doing pretty well. See, look at that. That's some pretty good length. I don't want to look up too much because it's actually touching my brow bone. I didn't even pick out my lip color yet, so I'll do that in a second here. Okay, stop building him. It wants to stop. And then I'm still going with Cali Ray. I know I use it a lot, but I don't have a ton of options here except like this and e.l.f. Lash Extender, which Lash Extender, sorry, I got mascara on my hair. Lash Extender is gonna be what I continue to repurchase, I think, going forward. I don't think I'm gonna probably have to get this anymore. Hopefully that stuff, the Lash Extender, starts becoming more readily available because it's only been on e.l.f.'s site, it seems like. And it is new, so I expect it to be other places. Okay, we're just lashing it up. I'm thinking, what about this? What about this Superstay ink, vinyl ink here from Maybelline in the shade 100 Charmed? Just playing off a little bit of the toastiness that's emerging from this look. I know we're a little more berry on the lid, but a little toasty out there. See if we like it. It has kind of a nude vibe as well, but I don't think we need to like go for hot pink on the lips or go for really bold orange and whatever. Like, this is nice, and I just love this formula, and I haven't used these in a bit. Yes, that's enjoyable. And what I will do now, as I look at the face and things have settled in a little bit, I will take some Kosas Cloud Set because I'm just feeling a lot of shimmer coming off the cheek and also color, and I just want to smooth it out. So I take Kosas Cloud Set in Airy. Not a Shop My Stash item, definitely like a near daily use item. And I take that kind of right where blush is meeting under eye and kind of down under the blush as well. If you want to tone down your shimmer, you can go straight over it. And just look what that does, you know, it's a softening. It's a definite softening. And I'm just getting a tiny amount on the brush. Yay! So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I thought it was a nice combination of a few unknowns and a few like, oh my gosh, I really want to use that again. Like, I love Corda Rosa, I love the Huda Stick, and I love Huda Tantour. So those were kind of like, yeah, I know those are amazing. But then we kind of invited this one back. This one, you know, okay. The Tarte Radiant Concealer did honestly a little better than I was expecting in the coverage department today. Granted, this coverage was pretty strong underneath anyway, but this did nice. And then just kind of a purely forgotten thing that I'm glad came back to life was my Saharan Volume 2 palette, again, from Juvia's Place. Whew, there's so much good from Juvia's Place. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Thank you for supporting and watching and thumbs upping the Shop My Stash videos. I appreciate it. I love this kind of video. And yeah, I'm glad you're here for it. Thank you so much. I will see you again very soon. I love you. Bye.